The turbulence hit like a freight train, slamming the cabin with a roar that drowned out the screams. But it was the pilot's voice, calm, steady, laced with that faint southern drawl that cut through the chaos like a lifeline. "Folks, this is Captain Ellis. We've got a rough patch ahead. But trust me, I've flown through worse. Hold tight. We're coming out the other side." In row 14, seat C, Alex Harlan gripped the armrests until his knuckles bleached white, his heart pounding not just from the storm, but from the venomous whisper he'd let slip minutes earlier to the smug businessman beside him. That guy's voice. Sounds like he's half asleep. Bet he's one of those diversity hires, probably lost a leg in some bar fight, and now he's playing hero up front. The words hung in the recycled air, toxic and irreversible, as the plane dipped again, and Alex's gut twisted not with regret. Not yet, but with the sharp fear that his casual cruelty might be the last thing anyone remembered if they didn't make it. Christian Reyes sat 3 rows back, his broad shoulders tense under the thin airline blanket, pretending to scroll through emails on his phone while every fiber of his being strained toward the cockpit. At 35, he'd learned to mask his reactions like a second skin. Years of boardroom battles and sideways glances had taught him that. But that whisper, it slithered into his ears like smoke, igniting a fire he'd long buried under layers of professionalism and quiet pride. He glanced sideways at the man who'd spoken, early 40s, pressed khakis and a polo that screamed corporate climber, face now pale as the overhead lights flickered. Christian's jaw clenched. He'd heard worse, endured far uglier slurs hurled at him in dimly lit alleys or polished conference rooms. But this, mocking a disabled veteran like Captain Ellis, a man who'd lost his left arm below the elbow in Iraq and still flew circles around the able-bodied hotshots. It wasn't just ignorant. It was a blade to the soul of everyone who'd ever fought for a seat at the table. As the plane leveled out, applause rippled through the cabin like hesitant rain, and Christian exhaled, his dark eyes hazel flecked with gold fixing on the safety card in his lap. He was heading to Dallas for a routine merger meeting, the kind where he'd negotiate multi-million-dollar deals for Horizon Aviation with the same unflinching grace that had carried him from a cramped Queens apartment to corner offices. Born to Mexican immigrant parents in New York, Christian had clawed his way up on merit alone, hiding his sexuality like a loaded gun until a decade ago, when a leaked photo from a Pride march nearly cost him everything. Now, he wore his identity like armor, out, unapologetic, but always one calculated step ahead. That whisper, Thuffet echoed the ghosts of his own past, the taunts from high school locker rooms, the HR complaints buried under NDAs. He turned slightly, meeting the mocker's eyes for a split second. The man Alex. His name tag on a lanyard reed shifted uncomfortably, as if sensing the weight of judgment in that gaze. Christian looked away first, not out of fear, but mercy. Little did Alex know, their paths were about to collide in ways that would shatter his world and rebuild it from the ashes. The descent into DFW was mercifully smooth, the storm chasing them like a defeated shadow. Christian gathered his leather satchel, the one etched with faint initials from his late father, and filed out with the herd, his mind already pivoting to the pitch deck waiting in his hotel suite. He paused at the gate, watching Captain Ellis emerge from the jet Bridgetall, wiry, with salt and pepper hair and a prosthetic gleaming under the fluorescence. The captain's grin was wide, unscarred by the ordeal, as he shook hands with ground crew who clapped him on the back like an old war buddy. Christian hung back, then stepped forward, extending his hand. Captain Ellis. That was poetry in motion. Name's Christian Reyes, Horizon exec. If you're ever looking to jump ship, we've got a spot with your name on it. Ellis chuckled, his grip firm despite the hook. Appreciate it, Reyes, but I'm loyal to the bone. Besides, United treats me like family. They exchanged cards, a ritual as old as aviation itself. And Christian moved on. The encounter a bright spot in an otherwise gray day. Alex, meanwhile, bolted for the nearest bar in Terminal D, his pulse still racing from the flight. He ordered a double scotch. Neat. And nursed it while replaying the turbulence in his head, not the drop, but that voice from the cockpit, steady as granite. And that guy behind him, the one with the sharp jaw and eyes like polished obsidian. Alex had caught the stare, felt it like a brand. He shook it off with another sip, blaming the adrenaline. At 42, Alex Harlan was at the peak of a middling sales career, regional manager for a tech firm peddling cloud software to mid-tier banks. Divorced twice. With a teenage daughter he saw on weekends via Zoom. He prided himself on being real. The guy who said what everyone else thought but wouldn't voice. That quip about the pilot. Just blowing off steam. Harmless banter to bond with the suit next to him. Except now, alone with the burn of whiskey. A sliver of unease wormed in. What if someone heard? What if it stuck? By evening, Christian was in a glass-walled conference room overlooking the Trinity River. His team dissecting acquisition targets under the hum of projectors. Horizon Aviation wasn't just an airline. It was an empire of routes and alliances. And as VP of operations, Christian steered it with a blend of data-driven precision and gut-honed instinct. Tonight's focus, a potential buyout of a smaller carrier. One that could expand their Midwest footprint. But his mind drifted to Ellis. To that resilient grin. And inevitably to the whisperer. He pushed it down, channeling the irritation into sharper questions for his analysts. Numbers look solid. But what's the human cost? Pilot retention in a merger like this. One junior exec, a fresh-faced kid from Ohio, stammered through stats on burnout. Christian nodded. His voice even, good. Remember, these aren't necessarily lives. Get it wrong, and we all crash. The room quieted. His intensity had that effect. A quiet command born from battles unseen. Across town, Alex checked into his Marriott. The merger he'd been courting for weeks, hanging by a thread. His firm, Technova, was pitching to Horizon for a software overhaul, predictive analytics for flight delays. The kind of tool that could save millions. Alex had flown in as lead. Cocky on paper, but fraying at the edges. His ex had texted earlier, Lily misses you. Call her. He hadn't. Instead, he scrolled LinkedIn, prepping bios on the Horizon brass. Christian Reyes popped up, VP Ops. Wharton MBA. A trail of aviation awards. Handsome in that brooding, all-American way. With a profile pic from some gala. Arm slung casually around a colleague. Alex smirked, dismissing it. Another suit. Probably straight as an arrow. Married to the job. He fired off a rehearsal email to his team back in Chicago, nailing this tomorrow. These guys won't know what hit him. Sleep came fitful, haunted by storm clouds and unspoken words. Morning broke humid and heavy. The kind of Texas dawn that promised redemption but delivered sweat. Christian arrived at Horizon's leased office suite early. Coffee in hand black. No sugar. A habit from sleepless nights mentoring queer youth at a local center. He reviewed the Technova pitch, innovative, aggressive, led by a Harlan with solid street cred but a rep for being abrasive. Christian's assistant flagged it, sales guy. Big talker. Watch for the hard sell. He shrugged it off, more focused on a call with Ellis from the night before the captain had rung to thank him for the compliment. Sharing a laugh about desk jockeys who think flying's just pushing buttons. It grounded Christian. Reminded him why he fought, for men like Ellis. For the underdogs who rose anyway. The meeting kicked off at 9 sharp. A sunlit boardroom with skyline views. Christian sat at the head, flanked by his CFO and legal eagle. All business in tailored suits. Technova's team filed in 3 reps, led by Alex Harlan, who strode forward with a handshake like a vice, his smile all teeth and confidence. Alex Harlan, Technova. Pleasure to finally put faces to the firepower. Christian rose, clasping the hand. And in that instant, recognition flickered mutual. Electric. Alex's eyes widened a fraction, the Scotch sweat pallor returning. Christian held the gaze, neutral as marble. But inside, the hook sank deep. You. No words yet. Just the unspoken thunder of convergence. As slides clicked biometrics on latency reduction, ROI projections Alex powered through, his voice booming with rehearsed charisma. But every glance at Christian chipped at his facade, the way Reyes leaned back, arms crossed, those hazel eyes dissecting every claim like a scalpel. Midway through, Alex pivoted to a demo, pulling up a simulation of turbulent forecasts. See here. In a storm like yesterday's, our algo predicts deviations down to the foot. No more white-knuckling it. Christian's pen tapped once. Deliberate. Impressive. But tell me, how does it account for the human element? Say, a captain with unique challenges. The room stilled. Alex swallowed, the word disabled flashing unspoken in his mind. Well, it's adaptive. Factors in pilot profiles. Experience levels. Christian nodded slowly. Good. Because men like Captain Ellis, they're not variables theory the reason we fly. The tension coiled like a spring. But Alex rallied, closing strong with a discount offer that had his own team exchanging glances. Questions flew. Christians were probing. Relentless. Peeling back layers until Alex felt exposed. Raw. By wrap-up, the deal teetered promising, but contingent on revisions. Handshakes circled, and as Alex gripped Christian's again, the VP's voice dropped low. Just for him, solid pitch. Harlan. But words have wings. Choose them wisely next time. Alex blinked, heat rising. What the hell? Christian walked out without looking back, leaving Alex adrift in the echo of his own unraveling. That night, in a dimly lit Dallas steakhouse, Christian met his old friend Marcus for dinner, a fellow exec, openly gay since college, the one who'd pulled him through the Pride photo scandal. Over ribeyes and Cabernet, Christian unloaded, voice low amid the clink of silverware. You should have seen his face. Mark. Like I'd gut-punched him with that one line about Ellis. Marcus, 40 and silver fox sharp, chuckled into his glass. Karma's a bitch in first class. Huh. But seriously, Kristen let it fester. You've built this life on grace, not grudges. What's his deal? Anyway, straight-laced family man. Christian shrugged, tracing the rim of his wine glass. Divorced. From what I skimmed. Sales shark. All bluster. But there's something broken under it. Reminds me of me. Before I cracked open. Marcus raised a brow. Therapy speak from the king of mergers. Careful, or you'll be mentoring the guy who shaded a hero. Across the city, Alex paced his hotel room, phone in hand, dialing his daughter Lily's number for the first time in weeks. Her voice, sleepy at 10, lit something in him. Dad. You okay? You sound weird. He sank onto the bed, the day's humiliation crashing down. Rough meeting. Kiddo. But hey, tell me about that science fair. As she chattered about volcanoes and baking soda eruptions, Alex's mind wandered to the flight, to his offhand cruelty. Diversity hire. The phrase soured now, tasting like failure. He thought of his own father, a factory foreman who'd lost fingers to a machine and never complained. Just worked harder. Hypocrite, Alex thought, staring at his reflection, crow's feet deepening. Ego cracking. By call's end. He'd promised Lily a visit. Real this time. No excuses. Sleep came easier. But dreams twisted, storms, cockpits, and a pair of hazel eyes watching from the shadows. Weeks blurred into a rhythm of revisions and virtual check-ins. Technova's proposal sharpened under pressure. Alex leading the charge from Chicago. His emails crisp, but laced with uncharacteristic deference. Christian noted its subtle shift. Questions phrased as collaborations rather than conquests. Horizon greenlit the deal in early November. A crisp fall day when leaves turned gold along Lake Michigan's shore. Christian flew to O'Hare for the signing. The ceremony a blur of signatures and handshakes in a waterfront conference center. Afterward, as teams mingled over craft beers, Alex approached, beer in hand, posture looser than the flight. Reyes Christian. Deal's done. Thanks for the push. Made us better. Christian clinked bottles. Studying him. Credit where it's due. Alex. You adapted. That's rarer than you think. What started as polite shop talk evolved over the next month's impromptu coffees during layovers. Texts about industry gossip. Alex opened up first. Over burritos in a Midway airport dive, his divorces. The guilt over Lily. The grind of sales quotas that left him hollow. I talk big to feel small less. You know. Stupid way to cope. Christian listened. His own stories surfacing in fragments. The Queen's kid who fixed neighbors' cars for pocket money. The closet that choked him until a lover's quiet insistence set him free. Coming out. It's not a switch. It's a war. One battle at a time. But winning. Feels like flying without nets. Alex absorbed it. Nodding. The pieces clicking. One evening. Post-merger review in a Chicago skyline bar. Rain sheeting the windows. Alex broached the elephant. That flight. Dallas. I said some shit about the captain. You heard. Didn't you? Christian's gaze steadied. No judgment. Just truth. Yeah. I did. And it stung not just for him, but for all of us who've been sized up and dismissed. Alex's face crumpled. Voice thick. God. I'm sorry. It was dumb. Thoughtless. My old man's accident. I should have known better. Christian laid a hand on his shoulder. Brief. Brotherly. Apology accepted. But it's not about words, it's what you do after. Ellis. He's thriving. You could too. From there, the thaw accelerated. Alex volunteered at a VA center, reading to vets like his dad. The stories mirroring Ellis's grit. Lily met Christian at a Cubs game, awkward at first. Then easy. Her laughter bridging gaps Alex hadn't seen. Holidays brought depth. Thanksgiving at Christian's brownstone, where Marcus bantered with Alex over turkey. And New Year's, when Alex confessed over eggnog. Never pegged you for. You know. Not that it matters. You're solid. Man. Christian smiled. Clinking glasses. It matters to me. But yes, solid goes both ways. Spring unfurled with change's tender violence. Horizon promoted Alex to liaison role. His insights from the ground up proving gold. Christian mentored quietly, introducing him to queer networks. Not as conversion, but community. Visibility's a muscle. He'd say during walks along the lakefront. Wind whipping off the water. Flex it, and the world bends. Alex flexed, ally pins at work. Donating to disability advocacy. Even flying with Ellis on a Goodwill hop, where the captain's tales of desert skies humbled him anew. Tensions peaked one June night. Pride Month's fever in full swing. Alex tagged along to a rally, rainbow flags snapping in Grant Park. Drums pulsing like heartbeats. Christian marched up front. Sign high, love lands every flight. Alex hung back at first, then stepped forward, shoulder to shoulder. The crowd's roar washing over doubts. This, he yelled over the chant. This is what real strength looks like. By summer's end, the arc crested in quiet revelation. Lily's bat mitzvah. Alex's ex had insisted on tradition, drew them all to a synagogue in Evanston. Stained glass filtering light like fractured promises. Christian sat beside Alex, tie loosened, whispering jokes to ease the nerves. As Lily read her Torah portion, voice steady on themes of exile and return, Alex teared up, gripping Christian's arm. She's got your fire. Rhea's wait. No. Mine. Hell. Ours. Post-ceremony. Under oak trees heavy with cicadas, Lily hugged Christian fierce. Thanks for making Dad less grumpy. Alex laughed, wiping eyes. Kid's got no filter. But she's right. Alone later, on Christian's balcony overlooking the city lights, Alex turned. Vulnerability raw. You saved me. You know. From being that guy on the plane, the mocker. The fool. Never thought a whisper could echo this loud. Christian leaned on the rail. City hum a distant lullaby. We save each other. Alex. That's the flight path turbulence. Detours. But always forward. They stood in silence. The bond unspoken yet ironclad, from strangers' cruelty to chosen family. A testament to Grace's quiet power. Months later, when Horizon tapped Christian for CEO, Alex was first to raise a glass at the announcement gala, toasting not just the rise, but the man who'd lifted him too. In the end, the skies cleared not by chance, but choice, proving that even the harshest mocks could yield to mercy's wingspan, carrying souls to horizons unforeseen. The promotion ceremony unfolded under crystal chandeliers in Horizon's Chicago headquarters. A cavernous ballroom alive with the murmur of aviation's elite pilots in crisp blues mingling with suits from D.C. regulators, all toasting Christian Reyes's ascent to CEO. At 36 now, he stood taller in the spotlight, his speech a masterclass in measured passion. We've flown through storms that tested our mettle, but it's the human heart, the resilient beat of captains like Ellis, the unyielding spirit of our crews that keeps us aloft. Applause thundered, but Christian's eyes sought Alex in the crowd, the man who'd become his unlikely anchor, raising a flute of champagne with a nod that said, "We made it." Alex, in a tux that finally fit right, felt the weight lift. 6 months ago, he'd have drowned in envy. But now, pride swelled, pure and untainted. Backstage, amid backslaps and business cards, Alex pulled him aside, voice low against the din. "Boss, feels weird saying that. You earned every inch. Remember that Dallas storm? Thought we'd all go down." Christian chuckled, clapping his shoulder. "We did go down, Alex, and came up stronger." Speaking of Lily's science project, tell her the CEO's office has a spot for that volcano model. Alex grinned, the reference to her latest obsess Iona simmering Mauna Loa replicizing the formality. Their friendship had deepened into something familial, stitched from shared vulnerabilities, late-night calls when deals soured, runs along the lake where Alex probed Christian's past with gentle curiosity. "How'd you know?" "Back in Queens. I mean that you were." "You." Christian had paused mid-stride once, waves lapping at their feet. Felt it young, like a compass spinning north. But admitting, that was the crash landing. Took a mentor like Marcus to patch the wings. Marcus, ever the sage, had become Alex's informal guide to a dinner invite here. A bar crawl there, where stories flowed freer than the IPAs. Straight ally boot camp. Marcus joked one night, as Alex fumbled through questions about Stonewall or Section 28. No grades, just heart. And hey, you're acing it. It humbled Alex, peeling back the bravado to reveal a man starved for connection since his father's passing 2 years prior, a quiet heart attack that left unresolved silences. Dad never said much. Alex confessed over whiskey sours. But he admired grit. Like Ellis. Like you. Christian listened, offering not pity, but parody, tales of his mother's rosary beads clicking through his coming-out call. Her tearful mijo. God's love is bigger than fear. Those exchanges forged them closer, turning colleagues into confidants. Fall brought challenges that tested the bond's tensile strength. Horizon hit turbulence of its own, a whistleblower alleging discriminatory hiring practices. Whispers of bias against disabled and queer applicants echoing boardrooms. Christian dove in, sleeves rolled, assembling a task force with Alex at his side, not as vendor, but advisor. His sales savvy repurposed for stakeholder wrangling. Late nights in the C-suite blurred into dawn. Pizza boxes piling as they drafted policies. This isn't PR. Christian insisted, eyes ringed with fatigue. It's penance for every slight we've let slide. Alex nodded, his own complicity in the Dallas flight fueling a fierce advocacy. He cold-called old contacts, rallying support from VA groups. One evening, he even Skyped Captain Ellis, voice cracking as he apologized outright. Sir, what I said, it was ignorant. You've got more miles in your soul than I do in my resume. Ellis's response, gruff yet kind, son, storms pass. Learn the controls, and you're golden. The scandal crested at a congressional hearing in D.C. Christian testifying under Klieg lights. His words a scalpel of truth. Aviation isn't just about altitude. It's about inclusion. We've grounded too many dreams on outdated runways. Time to pave wider paths. Alex watched from the gallery, heart in throat. Lily texting midway, Dad. Mr. Christian's on TV. He's like a superhero. Post-hearing. Over crab cakes at a Georgetown haunt. Alex raised his glass. You slayed. Reyes. Made me believe in heroes again. Christian deflected with a smile. Team effort. But thanks means more from you. Vulnerability lingered in the air. Unspoken tensions from their origins. Alex's lingering unease with his own attractions. A straight man's quiet envy of Christian's hard-won freedom. Ever regret it? Alex asked once. Stars wheeling over the Potomac. The out part. Christian shook his head. Regret hiding. Every day? But now. It's my altitude. Winter wrapped Chicago in ice, mirroring the chill when Alex's firm hit a Snagtech Nova's parent company eyeing a hostile takeover, threatening the software lifeline to Horizon. Alex confided over coffee in a Loop cafe. Steam rising like confessions. Could lose everything. Lily's college fund. My rep poof. Christian leaned in. Strategist mode engaged. Not on my watch. We'll counter exclusive contract. Maybe equity swap. What followed was a blitz. Christian pulling strings with investors. Alex negotiating clauses till his voice hoarsed. Through it, their dynamic shifted. Alex no longer the climber, but partner. His insights as vital as Christian's vision. One blizzard night. Snow blanketing the Mag Mile. They holed up in Christian's office. War rooming spreadsheets by firelight from a portable heater. Why me? Alex asked, exhaustion cracking his voice. Why fight this hard? Christian met his gaze. Honest as dawn. Because you fought back. That whisper on the plane. It was a spark. You turned it into fire. Resolution came in March. The takeover thwarted by a dawn vote. Champagne popped in Technova's boardroom with Alex at the helm. Gratitude poured out in a call to Christian. Oh, you. Man. Big time. But debts deepened when Lily's school playa retelling of Icarus gassed her as the sun. Her nerves fraying threads. Alex, ever the fixer, faltered. It was Christian who arrived at rehearsal, script in hand, coaching her through lines with improv flair. Backstage on opening night, amid grease paint and giggles, Lily hugged him. You're like my other dad. The words hung, simple yet seismic, as Alex watched from wings, chest tight with a mix of joy and the ache of paths not taken, but the joy of family redefined. By spring's thaw, their circle expanded, Marcus hosting barbecues where Ellis grilled steaks one-handed, regaling tales of barrel rolls over F-16s. Laughter echoed, barriers dissolving in smoke and stories. Alex dated tentatively a barista with a quick wit finding ease in Christian's counsel, lead with listening. Not lines. Pride that year was triumphant. Alex marching not just beside, but leading afloat. Megaphone in hand, allies rise when love leads. Christian, arm linked with Marcus. Beam pride not in conquest, but conversion of the heart. Yet growth's underbelly stirred doubts. One humid July eve, post-merger gala, Alex cornered Christian on a hotel balcony. City lights fractal below. Question that's been gnawing, that flight. Your stare wasn't just about Ellis. Was it? You saw me. Really saw? Christian sighed, wind tousling his hair. Saw the potential. Alex. The pain behind the punch. We're all mockers once still life mocks back. Tears welled. Unbidden. Alex swiped them. Voice raw. Scared I'll slip again. That I'll let you down. Christian pulled him into a hug. Fierce and fleeting. Then get up. Like we all do. Summer waned with a cross-country road trip Alex, Lily, Christian, and Marcus piling into an SUV for Route 66 echoes. From Chicago's neon to Santa Fe's adobe. Detours abounded, stargazing in Amarillo, where Lily quizzed Christian on constellations. His stories weaving myths with memories. See Orion. Hunter's belt reminds me of chasing dreams. Arrows missing till you adjust aim. Alex drove silent stretches, absorbing the landscape, mirroring his inner shift from jagged canyons of isolation to vast plains of possibility. One dusk in the painted desert, around a campfire crackling with marshmallows. Lily prompted truths. Dad, why do you used to be grumpy? Alex glanced at Christian, then her. Scared. Kid. A flying wrong. But friends like Chris, they teach you the controls. Return brought Pinnacle, Horizon's annual gala, where Christian announced a Foundation Reyes Resilience Fund for disabled and LGBTQ plus aviators. Alex emceed. Voice steady. From one who learned late, strength isn't solo. It's shared skies. Applause crested as Christian took the mic. Eyes locking on Alex. To the man who mocked. Then mended this once for you. In the afterglow. Over cigars on the terrace. Alex whispered. Never knew a boss could be a brother. Christian smiled. Stars above. Family's not blood. It's the lift you give. Autumn's palette painted Chicago in fire. Leaves drifting like confetti from an unseen parade. As Christian settled into CEO rhythm's endless strategy sessions punctuated by stolen moments of mentorship. He launched a podcast series, Altitude Attitudes, interviewing trailblazers like Ellis, whose episode on prosthetic innovations drew record listens. Alex guested in episode 3. His segment, a raw recount of transformation. I was the guy in seat C. Whispering doubts. Now, I'm amplifying voices. Listeners flooded inboxes, vets sharing scars. Queer youth citing hope. Christian read them aloud during lunch with Alex. The deli counters hum a backdrop to budding dreams. This could be big. Alex mused. Pastrami on rye half forgotten. A network. Maybe connecting stories across runways. Christian's eyes lit. You're onto something. Let's prototype. Their collaboration bloomed amid boardroom battles. Horizon faced a union strike, mechanics decrying overtime. Pilots echoing fatigue woes. Christian mediated. Alex facilitating town halls with his salesman's charm turned empathetic ear. One frost-laced dawn. Picket lines forming outside O'Hare hangars. They stood shoulder to shoulder. Coffee steaming in styrofoam. "Remember Dallas?" Alex quipped, breath fogging. "This storm's got nothing on that." Christian grinned. "Except higher stakes. But we've got the crew." Negotiations dragged into nights. Concessions forged in fluorescent glow-better shifts. Mental health days. Victory came quiet. A ratified agreement at midnight. Hugs exchanged under sodium lamps. "You lead with heart," a grizzled mechanic told Christian. Alex, overhearing, felt it echo his own arc. Personal currents swirled too. Marcus proposed to his partner Javier over Thanksgiving, a cozy brownstone affair with turkey and tamales. Christian as best man designate. Alex brought Lily. Her enthusiasm a whirlwind. "Uncle Mark. Can I be flower girl?" The event stirred Alex's reflections. Post-dinner. On the fire escape under November stars. He confided to Christian. "Seeing them makes me wonder. After the divorces, thought love was grounded. But maybe not." Christian nodded. Wisdom in brevity. "Love's like flying turbulent. But worth the view. Wait for the co-pilot who matches your heading." Advice landed soft. Planting seeds. Winter holidays tested resilience. Lily's flu sidelined Alex for a week. His ex jetting in with accusations. "You're half present. Always." Guilt gnawed. He vented to Christian via video. Snow blanketing his window. Failing her. "Man. Again." Christian. From AL. "Hey. Layover." Countered gentle. "You're showing up different now, deeper." That's fatherhood's long haul. Recovery brought clarity. Alex surprised Lily with a father-daughter aerial tour. Ellis captaining a prop plane over Lake Michigan's frozen expanse. Her "Aw, Dad. It's magic." Healed fractures. Christian's text arriving mid-flight. "Wings up. Proud of you both." Spring heralded expansion. The Reyes Fund partnered with Technova for VR training sims. Tailored for disabled pilot haptics mimicking controls. Algorithms adapting to impairments. Alex spearheaded demos. His passion infectious at AD.C. Expo, where congresswomen oohed over prototypes. Christian keynote. Voice resonant. Technology bridges gaps. Humanity crosses them. Backstage. A reporter cornered Alex, from vendor to visionary how. He credited Christian. Words tumbling earnest. He saw past my noise to the signal. The piece ran in Aviation Weekly, dubbing them Sky Brothers. A moniker that stuck. Embroidered on fun tees. Yet shadows lingered. A anonymous email hit Christian's inbox laced with outing threats. Dredging closet-era fears. He shared it with Alex over emergency beers in a Wrigleyville pub. Rain lashing windows. Old ghosts. Christian admitted. Grip tight on pint. Alex's jaw set. "We'll hunt him down. IP trace. Legal whatever." Investigation traced to a disgruntled ex-employee. Ousted for harassment. Swift action therapy mandated. Contract voided closed the loop. In aftermath, Alex's protectiveness deepened. A vigil born of redemption. "No one touches my family," he vowed. The words slipping natural. Summer scorched with opportunity. Horizon bid on a Pacific route. Rival airlines circling like vultures. Alex's analytics proved pivotal. Predictive models forecasting tailwinds. War room vibes returned, whiteboard scrawled. Takeout detritus, but laced with levity. Marcus crashing sessions with quips. Win secured. Celebration at a rooftop lounge overlooked Navy Pier fireworks. Lily dancing with Javier. Christian pulled Alex aside amid bursts. Physis. The fund. Lily Sparkets the legacy. Alex clinked bottles. Started with a mock. Ended with miracles. Fall circled back to roots. Christian organized a reunion flight Dallas route. Ellis at helm. Full roster of converts. Turbulence hit mild. Laughter rippling as Alex quipped. Captain, if you crash us, blame seat C. Ellis boomed back. Boy, you deserve it, but I fly straight. Descent smooth. Bonds tighter. Grounded. Christian reflected in journal. From whisper to roar-proof prejudice yields to persistence. Winter's hush brought betrothals. Marcus's wedding in spring. Alex walking Lily down aisle as honorary uncle. Vows exchanged under cherry blossoms. Christian's toast. Love defies gravity. Alex. Teary. Whispered later. Your turn someday. Christian smiled enigmatic. Patience. Brother. Right heading. Wrong hour. By year's close. The arc illuminated, a podcast empire launched. Fund scholarships soaring. Alex. Promoted to Horizon Advisor. Penned a memoir draft whispers in the cabin. Christian editing chapters over scotch. Raw truth. He noted. Hits like that first hook. Alex nodded. Your hook. My line. New Year's dawn broke crisp over Chicago. Resolutions whispered like secrets to the wind. As Christian and Alex toasted on the latter's balcony, mimosas fizzing against skyline haze. To altitudes uncharted. Christian said. Clinking. Alex. Nursing a mild hangover from Marcus's epic NY bash. Grinned. And no more turbulence. Well. The fun kind. Lily. Pajama-clad below. Yelled up about pancakes. Pulling them into domestic orbit. The year ahead loomed pregnant with promise. Horizon's Pacific expansion kicking off. Reyes Fund eyeing international arms. But beneath blueprints. Personal horizons beckon. Alex's memoir gaining agent buzz. Christian fielding suitor invites post-wedding glow. January's bite sharpened focus. Christian dove into expansion logistics basing cruise in Honolulu. Negotiating with Hawaiian unions. Alex consulted on integration. His software weaving seamless schedules. A snag arose, cultural sensitivity training. Locals wary of mainland invasion. They co-led workshops. Alex's earnest anecdotes disarming skepticism. Back home. I was the invader in my own head. He shared. Earning nods. Christian followed with bilingual charm. His heritage bridging gaps. Aloha means breath shared. Sustaining. Accolades flowed. A Honolulu Star advertiser profile hailed them dynamic duo of the skies. February thawed with Valentine's whimsy. Marcus and Javier honeymooned in Paris. Postcards ribbing Christian, find your Eiffel. Amigo. Single by choice. He demurred. But Alex played wingman blind setup with a graphic designer. Coffee turning to chemistry. Sparks. Alex probed post-date. Christian shrugged. Hazel eyes twinkling. Kindling. We'll see. Reciprocally. Christian vetted Alex's barista bow. Theo tattooed barista with a poet's soul. Over beers. He grilled gentle. What's your turbulence tolerance? Theo's reply high. If the co-pilot's steady, sealed approval. Lily adored him. Dubbing Uncle T. Her menagerie expanding. March marched in with memoir momentum. Alex's agent secured a publisher. Deadline looming like a red eye. Christian carved writing retreats lake house weekends. No phones. Just laptop and loons calling. Bleed on the page. He urged. Reviewing drafts by firelight. Chapters chronicled the flight. The stare. The slow thaw. His eyes held no hate. Only a mirror reflecting my fractures. Alex faltered mid-manuscript. Doubts crashing. Who cares about one fool's folly? Christian countered. Voice firm. We all do. Your story's the map for strays. Dedication penned. To CR for seeing the pilot in the passenger. Spring bloomed adversarial. A rival airline poached key talent. Whispers of sabotage swirling. Christian's response, counteroffer blitz. Personally calling defectors. Alex crunched loyalty metrics. Identifying at-risks. One night. Stakeout style in a diner. They wooed a star mechanic coffee and candor prevailing. Your family, Christian said. Flights falter without you. Retention soared. Industry buzzed of horizons, Reyes effect, loyalty as leadership. April showers brought Ellis's milestone, 20 years post-Iraq. A VA gala honoring him. Christian chartered a jet. Full entourage aboard Marcus. Javier. Theo. Lily chattering. Alex emceed. Tribute heartfelt. Captain. You taught me disabilities no detour, it's the scenic route. Ellis. Prosthetic polished. Teared up. Hugging fierce. Harlan. From mocker to maestro. Proud. Flight home buzzed with afterglow. Toasts to resilience. May's warmth unveiled vulnerability. Christian's mother visited Rosa. Silver-streaked and spirited. Fresh from Queens. She grilled Alex over empanadas. You the whisperer. Now family. Her laugh disarmed. But later, alone with Christian, depth surfaced. Mijo. You've built empires. But heart. That's the true altitude. Tears flowed. Christian confessed gala pressures. The loneliness of command. Even CEOs crash. Rosa's wisdom, then land soft with those who catch you. Alex. Overhearing. Stepped in, we got you. Rosa. Always. June's pride pulsed electric. Horizon sponsoring a massive float rainbow wings. Ellis waving from a mock cockpit. Christian headlined. Speech soaring. Pride isn't parade. It's persistence. Alex. With Theo and Lily. Marched vibrant. Signs reading allies ascend. Post-march. A quiet dinner. Javier's paella. Story swapping. Theo shared his coming out church, pew rejection mirroring Christians. Forging fast kinship. July's heat wave hammered hardware. A software glitch delaying Pacific flights. Alex troubleshot remotely. Christian on-site in Honolulu. Coordinating chaos. 20-hour days blurred. A midnight call connected them. Fix incoming. Alex panted. You're a wizard. Christian replied. Exhaustion ebbing to relief. Resolution dawn. Crews cheering a hug via video. Bonds battle-tested. August idled introspective. Memoir proofs arrived. Alex reading aloud to Lily on porch swings. Her questions pierced. Dad. Were you scared of Mr. Christian at first? Honesty honed. Terrified. Bug. Of what he saw in me. Christian crashed the reading. Adding saw gold. Kid. Polishing now. Laughter lingered. Theo sketching caricatures family portrait emerging. September schooled in sorrow. Theo's ex resurfaced. Custody drama unfolding old wounds reopening. Alex supported. Late nights listening as Theo vented. Love's messy. He admitted to Christian over walks. But worth the wreckage. Christian's nod. Always. If you rebuild together. Mediation triumphed. Theo emerging stronger. Alex's allyship affirmed. October's harvest yielded harvest. Fund's first international granto, a queer pilot in Toronto. Christian keynote the award. Alex presenting data. From Chicago whispers to global wins. He quipped. Celebratory hike in Algonquin Park crisp air. Canoe paddles dipping sealed solidarity. November's gratitude gathered. Thanksgiving redux. Rosa hosting. Tables groaning with fusion feasts. Toasts circled to flights taken. Mocks mended. Lily's speech. Precocious. Thanks for the family that flies together. Eyes misted. Christian pulled Alex aside. She's right. We're skybound. December danced with delight. Memoir launch at a Loop bookstore. Line snaking. Christian emceed. Intro poignant. Alex Harlan from passenger to prophet. Signings stretched. Fans sharing echoes. After-party intimate. Javier's jazz playlist underscoring toasts. As snow fell soft, Alex raised glass to the boss who became brother-in-less runways. The new year ushered in with uncharted vigor. Resolutions etched not in ink but in tension. As Christian unveiled horizons, empathy engines, initiativia training paradigm blending VR with vulnerability circles. Mandatory for all hires. Alex piloted the beta. His memoir's lessons infusing modules, mockery's echo chamber break it with listening. Rollout at O'Hare drew crowds. Testimonials pouring, a non-binary dispatcher crediting it for confidence. A veteran mechanic for camaraderie. Christian watched from wings. Pride swelling like contrails. Your blueprint. He told Alex post-session. Saved souls today? Alex. Humbled. Deflected. Ours. Reyes. Joint venture. February's frost forged fortitude. A cyber breach hit Technovidata ransom demands ticking like altimeters. Alex activated crisis mode. Christian loaning cybersecurity aces. War room redux, screens flickering. Coffee's cooling. At peak panic. Alex cracked this could tank us, but Christian steady, breathe. We've outflown worse. Breach breached by dawn. Perps traced to Eastern hackers. Fallout minimal. Alliance deepened. Theo. Now fixture. Baked recovery pies. His calm a counterpoint to chaos. March's melt revealed romance's rhythm. Christian's kindling with the designer Elena. Fierce with charcoal sketches ignited to flame. Dinners at her studio. Pasta and palettes. Alex vetting via group hangs. She matches your altitude. He approved. Lily nodding sage. Aunt Elena draws dragons cool. Alex's bond with Theo steadied two-road trip to Milwaukee's breweries. Hops and heart-to-hearts. You're my steady. Theo said under brewery lights. Alex. Soft. And you're my spark. April's renewal rippled through ranks. Ellis retired grand send-off. Hawaiian luau in a hangar. Lays and laughter. Christian's eulogy. Captain. You charted courses we still fly. Alex gifted a custom prosthetic cover engraved with wings, tears, and toasts. Post-party. Ellis pulled them aside. Boys. Keep the skies friendly. Promise sealed. His consulting gig with the fund ensuring legacy. May's bloom burst with backlash. A conservative outlet twisted the empathy engines, woke washout for airlines, stirring troll storms online. Christian faced fire, shareholder calls. Op-eds demanding focus on profits. Alex rallied counter. Op-eds in Forbes. Humanity heals bottom lines. Together, they testified at an industry forum. Christian's poise piercing. Profit soars on trust. Not transactions. Storm subsided. Support surging unions endorsing. Rivals emulating. June's Jubilee amplified advocacy. Pride Global Now Horizon floats in Toronto. SFO. Christian and Alex co-emceed Chicago's. Float of Phoenix Rising. Survivors' stories projected. Lily. 12 and bold. Spoke. Loves my runway wide open. Crowd roared. Theo filmed. Javier edited to viral clip. Aftermath. A quiet vigil for victims, candles flickering. Hands linked across divides. July's zenith zinged with zeniths. Memoir hit bestseller lists. Alex touring coasts NYC readings where Queen's kids mobbed. Christian surprise visiting. Local legend returns. Book signings blended with fundraisers. Proceeds fueling scholarships. One recipient. A trans pilot trainee. Hugged Alex. Your words winged me here. August's languor lured reflection. Family camping in Boundary Waters canoes. Campfires. Constellations. Christian taught Lily knots. Alex shared dad jokes. Night talks deepened. Theo on arts therapy. Elena on design's defiance. We're a constellation. Christian mused. Embers glowing. Stars connected. September's scholastic surge. Lily's middle school transition. Anxieties peaking. Alex overprepared lunchbox notes. Supply runs Christian intervening with pep talks. 8th grade's your solo flight. Lil, we've got your 6. Open house night. Her poise shone. Alex teared. She's soaring. October's Odyssey orbited opportunity. Horizonite Asian routes. Delegations to Singapore. Christian led. Alex analytics lead jet lag battles. Dim sum diplomacy. Deal inked amid gardens by the bay. Neon vines witnessing. Global now. Christian toasted hotel bar. Alex, from Dallas detours to whirlwinds. November's nurture nested narratives. Rose's health scare hip surgery drew the tribe to Queens. Christian cooked pozole. Alex charmed with stories. Lily read bedside tales. Recovery robust. Rose's discharged dinner a feast of thanks. Mi familia voladora flying family. December's delight danced in dedications. Fun gala. Black tie blaze Christian auctioning flight hours. Alex emceeing with Theo's band backing. Bids soared. Scholarships secured. Midnight waltz. Christian with Elena. Alex with Lily. Best year yet. She yawned. He kissed her forehead. Everyone with you is. Resolutions renewed. Podcast Season 3. Memoir sequel teased. As snow swirled. Christian journaled. Brotherhood's the true thrust lifting all. January's Janice gazed backward and forward crystallized clarity. As Horizon's annual report gleamed, with gain-specific profits up 40%. Fund impact quantified and lives launched. Christian's address to staff. Beamed worldwide. Metrics matter. But moments mend. Alex, now full-time advisor, co-authored the Empathy Metrics section. His byline a badge. Post-report. A team retreat to Aspenski slopes and strategy. Bonfires brainstorming. Next frontier, space tourism tie-ins. Alex proposed. Mulled wine warming. Christian spark. Why not? Stars for all. February's fervor fueled fortitude. Elena's gallery show aviation abstracts. Wings in watercolor drew horizon brass. Christian's pride palpable. Acquiring turbulence tango for office walls. Alex, with Theo, attended. His toast, to muses who map emotions. Romance ripened. Whispers of rings exchanged in hushed plans. March's March mobilized movements. A trans rights bill stalled in Springfield. Christian testified. Alex organizing corporate letters hundreds signing. Victory narrow. But news echoed nationally. Lily, inspired. Started a school GSA. Alex chaperoning first meetings. Listen loud. Love louder. April's Awakening aired archives. Christian digitized his father's old flight logs World War II vet. Barnstormer tales. Shared with Alex over porches. Beers, he flew crop dusters. Dreamed jets. Me. I fly his ghost. Alex. Memoirist mode. Chapter for the sequel. Bonding bridged generations. May's majesty manifested in milestones. Ellis's grandson why died toddler took maiden flight. Co-piloted by Christian. Alex filmed. Lily narrating, Little Man. Skies await. Dedication plaque, for the next generation wings wide. June's Joy Jubilee Justice. Global Pride Virtual Summit. Horizon Hosting Hub. Christian's Fireside. From closets to cockpits progress persists. Alex moderated panels. Theo DJing transitions. Virtual hugs crossed oceans. Unity unyielding. July's jubilation jolted with jeopardy. Wildfires choked West Coast routes. Evac flights surging. Christian grounded non-essentials. Prioritizing aid cargo of masks. Meals. Alex coordinated ground logistics. Sleepless shifts. One dawn. Post-relief drop. Christian called. Heroes today. Harlan. Alex. Soot-streaked. Team tattoo. August Aura amplified ambitions. Fund launched mentorship app pairing queer youth with aviators. Beta testers raved. Lily baited. Matching with a non-binary engineer. Cool auntie. She reported. Beaming. September's Symphony sang Soros. Theo's Gallery Fire Studio gutted. Works Ash. Alex rallied. GoFundMe. Horizon Space for pop-up show. Christian donated blank canvases. Rebirth in blank skies. Theo's Phoenix exhibit sold out. Gratitude in every stroke. October's Octave opened oceans. Asian expansion christened maiden flight Tokyo. Christian and Alex aboard. Cherry blossoms en route. Sake toasts in Haneda. World's our runway. Alex marveled. Deals deepened. Alliances aloft. November's Nocturne nurtured narratives. Rose's memoir Her Immigrant Saga published small press. Christian through launch. Alex publicizing. Readings raw. From borders to boardrooms grit global. Sales soared. Legacy layered. December's Descant dance dreams. Holiday flight for foster kid Santa in cockpit. Ellis narrating. Lily as elf. Theo as reindeer. Christian's narration, magics in the miles. Grounding. Gifts distributed. Eyes alight. Year's end. Journal entry. Elevations eternal loves the lift. The calendar flipped to revelations. February's frost forging finalities as Elena's proposal ring handmade. Sapphire skies found Christian on bended knee at the Art Institute. Impressionist glow gilding the moment. Fly with me forever. Tears and yes. Alex Bestman tapped. Lily Flower Girl anointed. Wedding whispers wove through March venue hunts in Napa Valleys. Vows drafted on napkins. April's Aria announced arrivals. Theo and Alex adopted a rescue pup Finn. Floppy-eared Flyer Lily's co-parent instant. Our pack soars. She declared. Walks a whirlwind of leashes and laughs. May's manifesto mobilized masses. Empathy engines went open source. Airlines worldwide adopting. Christian's TEDx. Hearts at altitude why inclusion ignites. Alex Q and Ad. Stories sinking souls. June's crescendo celebrated couplings. Christian Elena nuptials under Napa vines odes exchanged at sunset. Marcus officiating with flair. Alex's toast. From storms to sunsets love levels all. Dance floor delirium. Lily twirling with Finn. July's Jubilee jolted journeys. Fund expedition to Nepal training Sherpa pilots. Earthquake resilient routes. Christian and Alex trekked. Finn air testing. Thicker bonds forming. Summit views, higher than horizons. Alex gasped. August's anthem aired anxieties. Lily's first crush awkward notes. Heart flutters Alex navigating dad dates. Christian advising, gentle glides. No stalls. Her bloom bittersweet. September's Sonata sang successes. Sequel memoir dropped echoes aloft co-authored. Bestseller bound. Tours tandem. Audiences absorbed, dual desks. Shared scars. October's overture opened origins. Christian's DNA dive Mexican roots traced to Jalisco forebears. Family fiesta in Queens. Rosa regaling ranchero tales. Alex immersed. Tacos and truths. November's nocturne nested news. Elena pregnant tiny pilot en route. Ultrasounds united. Lily anti-aspirant. Will baby fly? Christian's glow. In us all. December's Descant delighted deliveries. Holiday hauntings ghost stories by fire. Finn howling harmony. Christian's tale. Whispers that winged us here.